Welcome to Osseo High School for CCX Sports coverage of Northwest Suburban Conference boys soccer. It's the Totino Grace Eagles paying a visit here to take on the Osseo Orioles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, a fair amount of things to like for both of these teams this year. It's been a bounce back year certainly for Totino Grace, and Osseo haven't always won, but they've tied 5 times, but only 1 loss so far as well. So both teams, at the very least, have been competitive on a night-in, night-out basis.
Absolutely. When you look at that record and see 5 ties, you go, holy cow, how can you manage to get 5 ties? But it does happen, and it did happen. But like I said, they've only lost 1 game, so they are in the games at all times.
Osseo started out pretty strong, have run into a little bit of roadblocks of late. They've had some illness to deal with, too. They had 5 guys out in their last game. And meanwhile, Totino Grace been pretty strong lately, 3 straight wins, and now they go on the road for 3 straight, including this one. That'll be a good test for them as well.
Absolutely. They've been rebuilding. The last couple of years, they haven't been quite as strong. Bill Van's saying that his team is coming around. This is what he wants. He's very comfortable with his team. And he's a good coach, so he can get that play out of his team.
We're really heading down the home stretch of the regular season here. It's been a busy week for both of these teams. They haven't had a lot of time to practice, but you're kind of starting to get to that point where you start to look at playoff seedings,
yep,
and just how you're playing, how you're doing some of the things down the stretch. And I think both teams kind of have to start to look at it like that here today.
Well, absolutely. We only have like 3 weeks or less than 3 weeks before sections. So you have to get your team in position to get the right seeding. So you want the better seedings when you get into the section playoffs.
All right, we'll see who comes out on top. The girls' team's tied here today. We'll see how things shake out in the boys' game. Totino Grace and Osseo boys soccer up next here on CCX Sports.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
And welcome back. A look into the Totino Grace huddle as the Eagles get set for battle here with Osseo. And both these teams, when we asked about the other, they got some skill, they got some talent. We're in for a good one here. Osseo won the meeting they had 1 season ago. Orioles, Martin Brown, their coach, saying that we're trying to really establish our identity and find out our best style of play. We still feel like we're a work in progress, but obviously they've done well enough to win some games and as we mentioned, avoid losing games too. I'm sure certain games or certain teams you're facing, a tie is disappointing. Other times it might seem like a good result, depending on who you're playing. But overall, I don't think anybody loves tying, but still better than a loss as well. They've been at least, getting points in these games and be a good battle here this afternoon, it would appear. Wind has picked up a little bit, I think, since earlier in the day, and hoping that earlier there was storms or rain, but looks like we're going to hold off here. And we are underway as Osseo is in black, and we will get things started. Freddie Cortez handling for the Orioles. Xavier Ortiz getting that pass away to Prince Crawford, but then a takeaway for the Eagles by Tyler Michelson. Grace trying to carry that ball up the left side. It will be a throw here for Totino Grace. Zip it ahead to Simon Giletto, but he is shielded off that ball. It is going to be a throw for Osseo. The Eagles have scored 3 goals each of their last 3 games, which that's a nice total. That's something they were just kind of lacking the last couple of years. And Jabari Kabisu has been red hot for them. He's a very good one, number 10 for Grace. Probably be seeing his name when they get the ball up to the front fair amount of times here today. Max Woodruff rolling this one across. Eagles trying to pin them in here and cut off the passing lanes, but Cortez getting that ball ahead to Arthur Hernandez-Monzon. Gets back past Ramsey Awad and all the way back to Everett Shuda, the Eagles keeper. Gets away from Giletto. We'll have a throw here for Cortez. And this one will be out off of Osseo, so a throw here for the Eagles. As Connor Poitras will trigger it in here. And he finds Kabisu. Kabisu got doubled, got the pass away, then the next one blocked. They got him bunched up right now. Trying to steal it back. There was a Tonga for Grace, but now the Orioles able to advance it to midfield at least. It caroms around off of Landon Sneen, and here come the Eagles right back. Looking to attack up that left side.
Here they come. Looks
like that ball was out.
I think, yeah, it rolled over the touchline. As both players were fighting for the ball, it went over the line.
Throw in here for Osseo. Eagles get a quick takeaway. Chipped ahead toward Giletto. And this will be a goal kick. He was trying to see if he could get to it to draw a corner there. He was pretty much out of room to do anything with it offensively, but thought maybe he could knock it off a defender, but it didn't quite work. Eagles really up and pressuring those passing lanes, and they get another steal here as Michelson will chip it ahead, looking for Giletto. Giletto turns the corner.
Wow.
Ooh, and then tripped up. Might this be a PK here?
He's pointing.
I think it might be a penalty kick upcoming. I don't really think Woodruff tried to trip him, but that was what happened, and we're going to have a penalty kick here for Grace. Watch him as he turns the corner, and he just clicked the heel.
Just got his feet entangled, but right there, there's the contact. Down he goes, and we have a PK.
Jabari Kabisu will take this penalty kick here for Totino Grace. Mentioned he's been red hot of late. And Valentin Lira Luna will try and stop it, and Kabisu rockets it wide.
Missed the entire net.
That one was not close. So Osseo dodges a bullet there as they give up the P-kick. There's Valentin Lira Luna, the Osseo keeper, and you see he's just, I mean, you're just hoping to guess right on that, and he didn't move at all. It was just shot way high and wide. Crawford sending it ahead here. Hernandez-Monzon will drop the ball back. Musin Shikali found Wagner. Douglas Wagner now distributing it out to the right. Ooh, nice ball ahead there. Shikali now sending it across. Hernandez-Monzon will drop it back. Cortez sent to the middle, but that one hammered out by Michelson. Osseo guys kind of fighting each other for that one. They did keep it in, though, and then eventually knocked out by Giletto, so it'll be a throw here for Osseo. So a near miss for Grace as they misfire on the penalty kick. Now Osseo getting some things going a little bit more offensively.
Well, already some pushing and shoving going on, nothing called.
Yeah, I don't know if he called advantage because it looked like a real obvious push by Grace.
Probably did call advantage.
Billy Walsh had that one poked away, then they get it back though.
Boy, this is a battle over there. Wow.
It feels like no ground is given up easily in this one, right?
No.
I mean, everybody who's gotten the ball has been pressured instantly and bumped around a little bit maybe. Both teams just come in hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say bumped up a little bit. It's kind of hard shoves. Center referee for this match is Christian Perez. AR1 is Mark Case. AR2 is James McCain. They referee the girls' game, and I thought they did an excellent job controlling the game. There was a lot of pushing and shoving going on there, but they maintained control.
Walsh a little shaken up, but he will stay in there. So you get a look. The tackle. Here's a long throw into the front and headed out of there. Eagles still get a crack at it, though. And that shot knocked down by a defender might have gotten him in a difficult spot there, I think. Aliu Lama blocked it, yes, but it didn't feel so good where it hit him.
Yeah, he's going to take himself out. Ouch.
And that one, he didn't want to get a handball call there, so he didn't protect with his hands.
Right.
And either way, it may have happened too fast, just anyway. So. He's in a spot, of course, though, where you can't. I don't know if you can. Well, they are going to resume the game with him right there. I'm surprised.
Well, he's off the field.
Well, but he's about a
foot
from the goalpost.
And he's got a uniform on, yes.
Knocked down here by Connor Poitras, but gave it away. Xavier Ortiz carrying for Osseo. Hernandez Monzon crossing that one, but hit his teammate instead, and now picked up for the Eagles by Atanga. Ooh, he didn't see the player coming behind him and briefly lost it. Ooh, dangerous back pass there. Woodruff getting up for the header for the Orioles. Now they will attempt to get it going again. Went back for Woodruff, but it's going to go all the way back to the keeper, Lira Luna. He'll play it to Woodruff, and he keeps it rotating nicely there to Cortez. Vince Jacob won that ball for Grace, but not for long. Boy, possession time for any given dribbler isn't very long.
No, it's about 3 seconds, and that's it.
And we were talking about, physical earlier. There's a foul on Osseo, and I don't know these teams well enough to really, or haven't seen enough to say who would that favor if it's a really physical game here. We'll find out. Chipped ahead, that's going to be offside anyway. Shuda comes out and drills it upfield, and the offside flag was up. So they tried to spring Shikali. Ramsey Awad will take this free kick here for Totino Grace. No score on the board. We've played about 8.5 minutes of soccer here. One really good chance already. That was a penalty kick try for Totino Grace, but their top scorer, Kabisu, missed the net. So we stay at zeros.
Yep, it'll push down.
Ortiz knocked down. We'll have a free kick here for Osseo. Wagner gets it right to Ortiz. Shikali trying to send one ahead. Hernandez Monzon crossing it. Ooh, Shuda was a little bit out of position there, but the defender came in behind to help him. As he went way down with the ball down to the goal line, and then the cross came back. And he would have been in trouble there if there was a shooter because he was down.
That was a nice crossing pass. Good hustle, get down there and get to the ball and then make that cross.
Shuda will take the goal kick here for Totino Grace. Couple of headers, but then knocked back the other way and then picked off again by Osseo's Ortiz, and they keep it rotating. And then Osseo wanting a handball call. Official said no.
Yep, play on.
Chipped ahead, but too hot to handle to trap that one down. Played back, and Cortez will run it down for the Orioles. Finding Crawford. Foster Killian stepping in to play that one for the Orioles. This will be a throw for Totino Grace. Really back and forth. The early part, Grace had the ball mostly in Osseo's end, and it's evened out a little bit with that. Chip toward the front, and Cortez got a little bit of it with the header. Eagles, though, get it right back. Crossed here, and Lyra Luna will come out and scoop that one up on one hop. Crawford's pass, almost got behind Wagner there. Killian rolling that one ahead, and a nice deflection out to the outside by Sneen, and here come the Orioles.
It's a 1-on-4.
Hernandez Monzon putting on the brakes. He's going to wait for help to get in position there. Knocked away from Crawford, though, and here's Kabisu. Cortez intercepts that pass at the middle of the field. Crawford got it over, and Ortiz leaving it for Cortez. Crawford bumping between a couple of guys, got back up and played it. Boy, Osseo moves the ball very quickly.
Yeah, they don't waste any time.
Woodruff stepping up, got it back to Cortez. Cortez will bring it middle now. Here's a shot, and that one will sail just wide from Landon Sneen. And a goal kick upcoming for Totino Grace, but Osseo, as we said, really keeping that ball moving. They're not an especially big team. I mean, they got quite a few guys playing in the midfield and up front who are small, and that probably is to their advantage to keep that ball moving quickly.
Yeah. As you were saying, they waste no time getting the ball into action.
Played ahead there off the defender. I think this was a handball call. And Osseo is going to get a free kick out of it here, and actually a pretty dangerous spot. Wagner and Crawford both there. We'll see who will take it, but Eagles have to be in defensive mode here, throwing up that wall.
Yep, they're only 28 yards from the goal.
Crawford will take it, but it goes right into the wall. Then the follow-up try by Wagner was blocked as well. Kind of a missed opportunity for Osseo there. Didn't really put much work into the Grace defense there. They just shot it right into the wall. Knocked away. It'll be a throw for the Eagles here. Crawford got that pass away, and then a through ball. That one's going to go too far and can't catch up to it there. Good hustle by Hernandez Monzon, but we will get a goal kick coming up here for Totino Grace. Osseo, I think, has started to swing the field in their favor a little bit here of late after Grace had more possession time in the offensive zone early.
Yeah, they were playing most of the first half in their third of the field. Now they've switched that, and they're taking advantage of their passing.
Although, other than the penalty kick, I wouldn't really say we've had any great chances for either team. There've been connections, but nothing that's led to, like a really golden opportunity for so far for either.
No quality shots. So the keepers have not been challenged yet.
Although, in fairness, the play that led to the penalty kick was kind of shaping up like it might be a pretty quality chance, because he was able to turn the corner around the defender, Woodruff, who then inadvertently tripped him up.
And in the grand scheme of things, it turned out to be the right or a good move.
Yeah.
Good effort to keep the ball in play.
Wagner knocked that one down. Kabisu trying to gain control here for Grace. They've done a good job on him so far for as skilled as he is. We haven't seen him really get untracked yet. Number 10 for Grace. Lofted ahead here. Out of play off of Lama, who is back in, which is good to see. He's the guy who blocked a shot in a tough spot. So a throw in here for the Eagles as they try and get their offense going here. Lama waiting, and he's able to shield it. I think he thought that ball was going to be moving faster than it was. It
just
took
kept
a long
dribbling.
time to slowly crawl out of play there.
Did that slow roll.
Substitutions being made, as we discussed in games earlier this week. It's remained a little bit warmer than you might often see at this time of September, so I think a little more fatigue for some of these teams, and also the fact they just played Thursday as well. Kabisu controlling here for Grace. He will drop it back. Pass blocked. Orioles trying to move that ball upfield. I think a smart play by Lama, though, not to go up the middle with that, as he looked like he might. Grace was ready. Header flicked to the middle there. He tried to sneak it through to Kabisu, but that one was blocked. Woodruff trapping it. To the outside, spinning it toward Cortez. John Falla, number 18, Osseo's top scorer. He's been battling illness a little bit, so didn't start today, but he's definitely one to watch on their side of things. You know, and when you're thinking injuries or illness too, Sig, you want to be at your best come playoff time, so I don't think you want to get carried away with, you overusing somebody if they're not fully healthy at this time either.
No, you don't. You want to save anybody from getting more injured or sicker at this phase of the season.
Falla receiving the pass from Crawford. Here's John Falla cutting it to the middle.
Tripped. Another trip.
Yeah, we will get that one called as Poitras got him first, I think, there.
Yep, first one gets called. Comes up behind him. And right there, hooked that left foot.
Wagner will take the free kick here for Osseo. Eagles up first on the header there, Vince Jacob. And this call is going to go against Osseo. They got a little too physical there, trying to win that ball back. Charles Soma pushed the Eagle in the back on that one. So driven upfield here by Grace. Wagner rather, didn't head that one the direction he wanted to, and the Eagles trying to take advantage. Kabisu, that shot block. It'll be a corner kick for Totino Grace.
And that is the first corner of the game. We're almost at halftime.
Well, halfway through.
Halfway through. Halfway through the half.
Truett Dollins will take this corner kick for Totino Grace.
So is that a quarter? Nice arc. Ooh, that was fast. That thing had some speed on it.
Going to be another corner on the other side as the defender got a piece of it. So Dollins will make his way all the way across field, and sometimes people, depending, teams might use a different kicker depending on which side, if they've got a good left footer or whatever, but Dollins getting the duty on both sides here. And that one off a defender. Going to be a throw for Totino Grace, so they don't get anything directly off the corner, but at least they get possession back here on a throw. Michelson will try and put it out front as far as he can there. Unable to get a shot away there was Jacob, but he didn't panic, kept possession anyway, but then the Orioles boom it out to midfield. Deflected, but still gets there as they send it ahead now toward Bennett Lochner. Throw in here for Totino Grace. Michelson again will trigger it in.
Wow, nice.
Well, I talked about earlier, Osseo is not real big up front, but they seem to be getting the better of these balls in their own defensive zone. They got a little more size in the back. Played ahead now toward Dollins. Cortez will lift this one out. Jacob with the header. And that'll be a push against the Eagles. Free kick here for Osseo, just into TG's side of the field as Hernandez Monzon got knocked down here. It's a little shove in the back. Wagner rolling it out right. Soma had a little room there. Step to the middle for Crawford. Tried to go to Fala, but knocked out of there by Poitras. Kabisu playing it back. Eagles being pressured. They'll send it long up the right side toward Dollins. Dollins able to keep control. Then Woodruff got back in to break it up, though. It'll be a throw for Totino Grace. Just for a split second, it looked like Dollins might have an opportunity for a good shot there, but the second defender arrived and Woodruff able to knock it away.
Yeah, one more step and he would have been off to the races.
Michelson taking the throw here for Totino Grace. Just under 17 minutes to play here in this first half. We are scoreless.
Wow.
Out front, Lira Luna got knocked down as he knocked the ball out of there.
That was a nice throw-in. It was high arc and right at the center of the goal area.
And there's Valentin Lira Luna knocking that one out of there, and he was collided with right as he punched this one out.
Oh, look at that.
Would have been interesting to see, because in my view, that probably should have been a foul on Grace. But fortunately for Osseo, it didn't result in any real danger in terms of a scoring threat. But
that's somebody they're going to have to keep an eye on
Vala
in the future.
waiting for help here. And driven off the field. It'll be a throw coming here for Osseo. Substitution being completed for the Orioles. And now they'll trigger it in. Fala trying to spin around the defender, knocked away and out by Luke Brandt. Pops it high in the air there. Woodruff stepping up. Now Crawford will push it out to the right. Gonna bring it back to Lama. And he'll send it over to Woodruff. Back across, they come with it for Ethan Kambangsuk, and he'll leave it there for Woodruff.
You can keep an eye on number 8. Kavunksuk, he was hobbling a little bit, still hobbling.
Lifted up high in the air here, and Luna is going to come out and get it. Woodruff was going to go for that, but it was an awkward angle and spot for him, and he was hoping his keeper would be out there and get it. Luna's not a very big guy, especially compared to Woodruff, so he had to wait for that one to come down. Woodruff, strong header, Fala, flicking that ball over for Octavio Granados, but then knocked loose. Here comes Kabisu for Totino Grace.
He's being marked by 2 defenders, gets the ball out front.
Here's an opportunity from the top. Woodruff blocking that one, though. Not a whole lot on it from Brandt. And that ball knocked away. Played ahead, opportunity here. Lochner crossing it. Oh, and a nice breakup by Wagner. And they serve this one in. Ooh, that one could have been dangerous. Luna ranging over to get it. I was looking, I'm in a spot where I couldn't really see I thought it might have been offside, but it wasn't, that was not the case. I'm rotating it around right. Pass to the middle. Kambangsuk had it knocked away. And then a trip called, and now we get a stoppage. Kabisu ended up falling on the ball and grabbing the ball, but it's actually going to be a yellow card against Kambangsuk of Osseo right here as they rule that it was an intentional takedown there.
Yep.
So a free kick coming up for Grace. Kabisu missed the net badly on a penalty kick earlier, but in a dangerous spot here as the Eagles try and break through and get on the board.
About 29 yards out. Direct kick. The customary moving the ball back.
Yeah, you've never seen a team that doesn't try and cheat forward a little bit on that.
No, that's why we say the customary.
He's going to drop it down low, and now they cross it into traffic. Orioles got it partially out, but not entirely. Now it comes free again. Lochner trying to control it.
Boy, I tell you, the Oriole defense just swarming all over the white jerseys.
Kabisu.
Uh-oh. No call? Nope. No call. Advantage.
And now we get a foul call against Grace. They wanted a push on Woodruff. He actually had the trip that led to the first penalty kick, and they wanted another one, but it seemed like they were kind of maybe trying to sell that a little too much, I thought. See another look at it.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
And then a frustration follow-up foul called against the Eagles.
Yep.
You kind of hate to award a team 2 penalty kicks in the first half too. So on that second, I mean, I don't mean to say you call things different, but you want to be sure if there's another one.
Yes, yeah. I didn't see a warrant for a major foul.
Throw in here for Osseo once the subs are completed. Kambangsuk coming right back in. And it'll be out off of Osseo here. We get a throw coming up for Totino Grace. We remain at 0-0 here. About 11 minutes to play in this first half from Osseo. John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field. Eagles looking to work it up their right side. Poitras is met there by Fala. It'll be a throw for Grace. Orioles almost forced the turnover, but now it gets ahead. Kabisu spinning away to his left. Dropping it through. And a battle for it there. It comes back to Kabisu now, and his rising shot sails up over the top. Boy, he made a nice little pass there to Rafael Del Toro Solis. And he almost was able to get a shot away, but then Osseo converged on him. Takeaway there for the Eagles briefly by Tanga, but then a foul call. Fala coming back to meet it here. Working his way through traffic and then dishes it out to the right. Wagner will swing it back now to Lama. And then sent long up that right side as they try to spring Hernandez Manzon. He's able to get to it. And then bank it out off of Grace's Vince Jacobs. So throw here for Osseo. It was funny, I was just thinking in my head that they've really worked hard on short controlled passing, but then when the opportunity presents itself,
take it
and send that ball on.
Yep.
Comes back out high and a left-footed drive that sails up and over from Crawford. Goal kick here for Totino Grace. We're back to the ball not being in this end all that much of late after Osseo had kind of had the better of things maybe for the middle portion of the half. Woodruff sending it ahead there toward Shikali. Be out off Osseo Shikali, and a throw here for the Eagles. Giletto.
Oh, nice move to come back and take that ball away.
Then it's blocked though. Kabisu lost it. Kambangsuk there, and down he goes. That'll be a trip against Grace. Berhane controlling here for Osseo. Finding Crawford. Hernandez Manzon dropping it back, but then knocked out of there by Jacob. Kabisu. Double team there, and they got the takeaway. Crawford up with it. Tap to the outside, and good hustle to run this one down, and he kept it in.
Wow. That's individual skill right there, getting to the ball and keeping it in play.
But then the pass back crawled out. So a throw for Totino Grace. So all that hustle sort of went for naught there. But still, you like the effort.
Absolutely.
Orioles getting it right back. Chip to the middle. They look for Fala. Fala has some room. Defender arrives, though, and he couldn't get the shot away. Kambangsuk then dropping it over.
Yeah, the only chance he had was to just turn and shoot. He didn't have opportunity to set up anything.
There was that left side was kind of open when he got the ball, but the defender stayed in a good position to, take away as much of that as he could.
Here we see it again. Right there, the only chance he had was to turn and shoot and hope something went in. That's not his fault. That's just that the defense reacted quickly.
Yeah, really, I think even though it didn't really result in a shot, it was probably Osseo's best look at the net that they've had so far. Comes to the outside, cross there, knocked down, but still in a tough spot. Verheyen jumped in to break that up. And then hammered out by the Eagles. Woodruff, though, with a strong hitter back the other way. And Crawford spinning loose to get to it. Played ahead, Hernandez Monzon. Again hustling after it, but lost it. It'll be a throw here for Totino Grace.
You know, when I got here, the umbrellas were out for the rain. Now they're out for the sun. We have a stoppage here.
And it wasn't supposed to be stopped. I don't know why it was. And the referee's looking up and saying, why is it stopped? He did not intend for that to be a stoppage. Kampanksuk sending it across to Verheyen.
So the clock got reset to 6:10. So I don't understand what was going on there.
I think it was just a stop when he didn't want it stopped.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Rolled to the outside, and Jose Cortez hustles after this one. He'll bring it back to Lira Luna. And out of play it goes. It'll be a throw here for Totino Grace. And this one will go out off of the Eagles' Michelson. He was trying to hold the defender up, but then the ball rolled off his body. And so Osseo will get it back here. Starting to see a little signs of fatigue, it seems like, and I can see why. It's warm and muggy.
Yes.
We're fatigued here up in the booth, I know that. So.
Yeah, we keep hoping for cloud cover, but I don't think our hope is being heard.
Orioles able to win it.
Collision in midfield, nothing called.
Then sent ahead, long race on, and Lira Luna will get there before Giletto.
Quickly redirects the ball.
Little drop pass back to Crawford, and he'll go backward with it to Woodruff. Orioles have really shown the willingness to kind of use everybody. If that means going backward to get a better angle to move upfield, then so be it. There's a push against Grace.
And that's what you want from your team. You don't want everybody to always look forward. There are other players who can be open.
Now this time he said stop the clock and they didn't, so you got to be paying attention when you run the scoreboard here.
Yeah, now we're back in. So I think we lost about 30 seconds.
Crawford will chip it to the front. Rolled to the outside here. Lama hustling after it. And didn't quite keep it in, so it'll be a throw in for Totino Grace. Michelson will throw it in here for the Eagles. A lot of action, but not a lot of chances scoring-wise in this one.
Actually, nothing on goal yet.
Here's a long one, and that one will be on goal, although not a real dangerous attempt per se, but Lira Luna grabbing that one up.
Yay, we got a shot on goal.
Lama back across to Woodruff. We want to be careful with those, though. He comes back with it to the keeper, Lira Luna.
Those always make me nervous when it's he's that close to the goal area.
Yeah, and even just from side to side defensively there, boy, all it takes is mishitting it a little bit. We saw that the other night with Champlain Park having that issue against Maple Grove. Bill Vance, the Grace coach, kind of said what we saw firsthand on Thursday night. He said, boy, Maple Grove is cream of the crop in the conference this year.
Yeah.
Good team. He said they played a team from Wisconsin and then Maple Grove in back-to-back games, and he said those were, definitely the two best teams we saw. And he said it kind of showed our guys, what we need to do better and where we need to step up. And he said it felt like it helped them, even though they were shut out in both of those games.
Yeah, there's no question or argument that Maple Grove is the team to beat.
Knocked out a play. We will get a throw. Osseo will be playing them right at the end of the regular season. Their big rival, and that's always been a good matchup, even when one or the other has been, kind of the stronger team, which this year it's probably Maple Grove's turn, certainly, to came into today 10-0. Long throw in here, and this one will deflect over to Lyra Luna, and able to scoop that one up. I think he kind of stumbled a little bit there, but he wasn't going to take any chances then and just smother it.
Oh, nice punt.
Got it right to Fala, too. Fala playing it over, but then taken by Grace's Michelson. And this one will roll all the way back to Lyra Luna.
Lyra Luna doing the smart thing.
Rolls this one away. Here's a shot just wide. Dollins. As Woodruff wasn't ready, didn't see the ball coming, and Lyra Luna rolled it toward him, and it went right to Dollins, who I think did the right thing by trying to hurry this shot before the keeper could get back in.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
wow.
That was nearly a major miscue there for Osseo, or it still was, but it didn't end up costing him. Up the sideline, Landon Sneen. He'll leave it back. Shikali getting it to Fala, and his shot didn't have a whole lot on that one. It'll roll right to the keeper just as the half comes to an end. So a little bit of drama late in the half there on a near miss for Grace, but we stay scoreless at halftime of this one. Totino Grace and Osseo will have first half highlights and stats, and then our second half of soccer. We'll see if someone can break the deadlock here at Osseo.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
We have a scoreless contest here at halftime. Totino Grace and Osseo here on CCX Sports. Thanks so much for joining us for boys soccer here on CCX, as we'll check out some highlights from the first half. There were definitely a few near misses, starting early with a little trip in the box area there that leads to an early penalty kick, but Kabisu drills it way over the net there for Totino Grace, so they had a near miss there. Osseo eventually kind of got some things going, but nothing, great chances. Grace Wall blocking that one off the free kick. And then here's a pass across to Fala. He waited a little too long to do anything with that one, though, and the defender got back in. Now here's a bad turnover by Osseo as Lyra Luna rolls it past the defender, an open net to shoot at, but Dollins not quite able to hit it. That was very late in the half and almost cost Osseo. Dollins like, I had to do that one again, but just results in the near miss there for Grace as we check out the stats from that first half.
And as expected, pretty close. 0-0 on the score, 5-4 on shots, 1-1 on shots on goal, 8 fouls to 3, and 2 corner kicks to none.
And they kind of took turns, it seemed like, having a little bit the better of the play, and we'll see how things shake out in half number 2. Totino Grace and Osseo will continue with our second half of soccer up next year on CCX.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
And here we go with half number 2 as Totino Grace with possession to begin the half. They'll drive it hard up the left side here.
We're wasting no time on that kickoff.
And then across, Lyra Luna will grab it on the bounce as Billy Walsh sent one toward the front. Now both teams have seen each other for 40 minutes too. We'll see if that changes their strategies in any way here.
Well, I think for Totino Grace, keep doing what you're doing. They're moving the ball well. Just has some really bad luck on the shots. For Osseo, they've been moving but can't get anything, not a real good quality shot.
Throw in here for Soma. Yeah, and there have been times when it feels like, ooh, this is a dangerous one again, and that one's blocked. Dropped over to Kabisu, and he scores! The turnover costs Osseo. I was just thinking to myself, they're getting a little too confident handling the ball in their own end, and it leads to a turnover, and Kabisu drills it. And the Eagles will go up 1-0. Another look as you see that back pass and then tapped over and it goes off the keeper and in as Giletto getting the assist there, setting him up. And so Osseo, that kind of mistake, a similar one, nearly cost them at the end of the first half. And that'll be goal number 11 for Jabari Kabisu. And a 1-0 lead for Totino Grace.
Yeah, that's the one thing you keep telling your defenses, don't make mistakes in your end.
Well, and even prior to that, I mean, Osseo, I felt like they had a lot of times when they connected on 3 or 4 passes in the back, but they're not, in some of the cases, they're just not really advancing the ball. It's not doing them that much good to put together 3-4 passes if you're not going anywhere with it. And there's example there, they get it stolen. Fala gaining control here, and he'll step through that first wave. He's got a lot of skill. Fala getting to the outside, now fires the shot, saved, rebound is loose, and a goal. Well, Kambangsuk will bury the rebound as Fala generated that one with a good run. His shot was saved, but Kambangsuk is there to pounce on the rebound, and just like that, we're even.
Well, that's one way to make up for it.
Yeah, their first really good attempt of the day. Shuda made a good save on the first one, but then he's down, and there's a lot of net to shoot at there. And Kambangsuk right there in the right place to bury that one, and we're tied up at a goal apiece. Isn't that funny how that happened? You go the whole half with nothing, and then when one scores, here comes the other one right back.
Yeah.
Just about a minute later.
That happens more than you can imagine.
Fala really generated that one. And it may shock you to know, Sig, they haven't started the clock. No, they did, but it was much late. Crawford's pass taken away. Now the Eagles on the move. But it almost kind of seems like things have opened up more a little bit too, just with those goals going up. And we'll see if there'll be more scoring opportunities this half if things, teams have figured some things out a little bit to generate a little more offense. This one rolled through, but going to be offside. Not a bad idea. They just didn't quite execute it. Wagner putting it right back in play, and the Orioles on the move. Wagner will chip it ahead. This one is onside, and it's a goal. Landon Sneen will score as he just won the race to that one with the keeper, Shuda, and he will put it away to give the Orioles a 2-1 lead. It's sent ahead here, and it was similar to the other one, but they stayed onside, and Shuda couldn't get there. I think at that point he's kind of hoping for an offside, but I was watching the AR, and right away he went down with the flag that it was good. And Sneen winning that race and puts Osseo ahead 2-1. The floodgates have opened. Around to Logan Chapeau. Walsh carrying it up that left side. Chip it to the middle. Oh, it went by Cortez. Dollins trying to get to it, and he just barely does, and then he'll draw a corner kick out of it by knocking it off of Cortez, who felt otherwise there. I don't know if he thought it was already out, but anyway, it will be a corner coming up for Totino Grace. Atanga will take this corner for the Eagles. Left-footed drive way to the far post and kept in by Jacob, but couldn't get it really toward the net. Whew, they're going to play it all the way back to Shuda here. Not so sure about that idea. I guess it worked out okay, but knocked away from Gilletto and way up into the stands.
Almost to us.
I was getting ready.
You could have reached out and gotten that one.
You don't even need to bring your glove like at a baseball game either. Sent to the middle here, and Gilletto trying to drag it through. He thought there might have been a handball there, but they're not going to get that call. Played ahead, broken up, and then taken right back by Sneen, who just had that goal for Osseo. Tried to play that one direct up the middle, but picked off and then taken back here by Wagner for the Orioles. Osseo now leading at 2-1. We stayed 0-0 through halftime and not too awful many good chances in that first half. And then all of a sudden we get 3 goals in the first 3.5 minutes or so of this half.
Well, you never know. Things can happen in a hurry in this game.
Atanga runs it down here for the Eagles. Sending one ahead, and it spins right to the keeper, Liraluna. Crawford to the outside here. Now Cortez back for Crawford. Ooh, and a big check thrown there as Fala got knocked down. I'm a little surprised we didn't get more than just a verbal warning there. It looked like quite a hit. Lama controlling it here for Osseo. Crawford spins back. Lama stepping in to lead the play. His pass deflected though. Walsh tried to go ahead. Lama knocked it down. Eagles briefly had it back, but Kambang soak up with it and then finding Soma. Sneen will go to Kambangsuk. Back across to Killian. Orioles continuing to work it around, looking for space, and now Fala trying to shoot one through there. See if he can spring Sneen again. Intercepted by Walsh. Kambangsuk takes it back. Now Fala.
Good move.
Yeah, he's got that good hard first step to get by the defender. And that led to that one goal where they put the rebound in, their first goal.
He froze the defense and then put it in.
To the front, Shuda will grab it on one hop there as Wagner sent it in. Was looking for a teammate there, I think. Not really a shot, but went all the way to the keeper. Kabisu sending that one ahead. Giletto, though, couldn't keep possession. Sneen races after it and gets there. Header up the side. Giletto trying to get outside on the defender but couldn't as Lama held his ground. Now Giletto up with it. Ball in way deep. He puts it off the outside of the net. It'll be a goal kick, but a good effort by him. Starting to really make his presence felt up front there, Simon Giletto. Sneen with the header, kept in play here, and Sneen comes back to get it. Soma finding Crawford, and then they go back and out of play, throw for the Eagles. Oh, here's Kabisu, spinning to the outside with it, trying to cross it, but it was knocked down, and then Wagner driving it out to midfield. Played to the outside, Eagles keeping possession, not for long though, that one knocked away. And then a foul call there as Michelson came in. Things were, you could kind of see that one coming. Both teams, things were getting pretty aggressive, and we had that foul called. Wagner will boot it ahead. Giletto lofting this one to the middle. Killian getting up for the header for Osseo. Now Kambangsuk. His pass was deflected though. And they try to get it to Kabisu, but maybe a little too much on that one. It'll be a goal kick here for Osseo. Orioles leading at 2-1 after Grace struck first. 2 goals in a row for Osseo, just over a minute apart, as they have surged into the lead at 2-1. We got about 29 minutes to play here in the second half, and again, no longer have overtimes in regular season games if we did stay or end up tied. Popped ahead there by Lama. Kabisu won that battle and got the pass away. Then, tried to go to the outside. Cortez with a block. And then a nice move by Wagner. Crawford on the move here for the Orioles. Go to the outside for Ortiz. Trying to get it to Fala. He did battle there with Jacob. Osseo's throw. Looks like it'll be Wagner I'm sorry, not a throw, a corner. And I think Grace thought, like me, that it was going to be a corner. When they saw the ball being set down, they were complaining, but it's a corner kick for the Orioles. Knocked away by Grace. And then play on as they go upfield. Kabisu, some room to run a little bit here for the Eagles as Dollins. And he got shaken up a little bit. That one will go over into the bench on Martin Brown, the Osseo coach, stopping that one. Substitutions being made. I think Dollins is going to come out now as he was hobbled in that exchange. Up the sideline they go with it to Brandt. Crossed here into the middle. Here's a volley try. And that one did go out of play despite Gilletto's effort. And that one going to be sent all the way down. Shuda will grab it up. After not seeing much action in the first half, all of a sudden they got a couple good ones in the second. He made one save, really a pretty good save, but then the rebound popped right to an Osseo guy for goal, and then the next one was a ball sent ahead that it was one of those that looked like it was borderline almost offside, and the onrushing player beat him to it. This will be a foul against Grace's Kabisu. Wagner looking long up the left side with it.
He connects.
Yeah, it looks like they've been seeing more opportunities to play with plays like that. In the first half, they weren't getting that. Throw in here for Osseo. Gilletto, that pass knocked away, but then it's Lochner running it down. Went back for Gilletto, colliding with Crawford. It's getting physical out there. This will be an Eagles throw.
It's been pretty physical the whole game, and lately it's getting a little bit more intense.
Michelson getting ready to throw it in here. Eagles trying to put a lot of bodies out in front. It's almost like a corner kick. He's got a good long throw.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Headed by Osseo. Then it's a header try. Rebound is loose.
Like
and they were able to keep it out.
It's like a pinball machine.
Oh, golden opportunity there for, I believe it was Gilletto for Grace, and a really nice save by Lira Luna. And then from there, it was a mad scramble. Watch this header to himself with the foot. That was a great first save. And then I thought that rebound was going to go right in. Instead, the defender got there. Then there was almost a handball by a defensive player there, too.
He managed to get his balance and got the ball out.
Michelson will take another throw here for Grace. Couldn't have a much more eventful one than last time. And here's a header that's off the crossbar. Still alive. Whew. Now volleyed to the front. Lira Luna knocking it down, and he'll just get to it. Boy, Grace doing everything they could to tie it up, but it just didn't quite get it to go. So another look at that big scramble, and there's a header. Oh. Another near miss.
You know, if you're Totino Grace, you're asking yourself, can we possibly have that many missed chances?
Played ahead to the outside, Kambangsuk. Trying to get enough space to make a cross here. Wagner racing up, got the head on it. Crawford will bring it right back out, and now they find Wagner in the middle. Popped up in the air by the defender. They can't quite get it out, though. Soma battling for it for Osseo, then Kambangsuk. And this will be a free kick for Grace, as they rule that I think that he intentionally kind of laid his leg on top of the ball there. So the Eagles put it right back into play. They've just had a couple of near misses, almost tied it up. We've had a lot of action early in the second half compared to the first. Ball stayed in play there, apparently. Back to Shuda. Driving that one ahead. It bounces away, and then a physical battle for it. It will be a throw or a free kick for Grace. And now this time will be a throw-in. Long throw in here, and Lira Luna will let it bounce all the way to him.
Did those Totino Grace throw-ins are a weapon.
Low punt there. Push in the back. Those are the kind that you kind of think to yourself, how would you ever expect to get away with that? It was so obvious.
Yeah.
The art of subtlety was missing on that one. Killian receiving the pass there.
Well, you're in the middle of a tight, tense game. You can't make it pretty.
Killian shaking up a little bit as he was knocked down, which very easily could have drawn another foul, it looked like, on Grace, but they didn't get it. Blocked down there. Eagles trying to get it back. And Fala jumps in to block that one. And then a foul call will go against Fala of Osseo. And things getting heated a little bit again as they were getting that ball. Sun behind the clouds. The field looks so different all of a sudden.
It does. Feels good.
Kabisu saying, you didn't notice that push? Now he comes back with one of his own there.
Yep. And that one's called.
Even though he maybe overreacted, I think he had a good point. There was a push on the first one by Osseo that wasn't called, and then so you come back and say, okay, well, then I'm going to do it a little bit harder. And not saying he was right to do that, but I understand the sentiment.
Yeah. That was way down the field.
Got too much, though, so it came right to Shuda. Then he'll toss it out to Liam Gill. Killian's going to watch it go out of play. Throw in coming back here to Lama. Being chased to the back there. And again, they'll get away with that one, but it feels like a little bit too much risk to be doing that if you're Osseo right there.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do at this point is turn the ball over unnecessarily.
Kabisu coming hard up the right side and met
nice.
there by Woodruff.
Woodruff made a great stop. There's a collision. That's going to be called. No?
I don't think so.
Stand corrected.
Again, getting very physical. Crawford will turn and knock this one out. Throw for Grace. Kabisu is fired up right now. I think he feels like he's gotten a couple of non-calls, so he's been going really hard. Throw in for Michelson. And again, this led to a couple of very near misses. Long throw-ins by Michelson now with traffic in front. Here's a header, and that one will bounce just wide. It's a goal kick for Osseo. There'll be a little sigh of relief. Boy, and when you're a keeper that isn't especially big too, and that you can tell they're just trying to crowd the front and get bodies out there, that's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking. And then that one bouncing just wide of the net. Wagner was there to guard that post, and he could see it was going to be wide, so just let it go. And we're going to have a foul call there against Grace just when they were thinking it was going to lead to a scoring chance, but play whistled down. It probably has more to do with the Eagles coming forward, but it feels like Osseo right now is kind of just hanging on a little bit, right, to protect that 2-1 lead.
And on the other end, Totino Grace trying hard to get the equalizers. They have to get something set up. Almost had an offside there.
Brandt giving it back now to Michelson. He's got a little room. Thought about shooting it from that long range, then decided against that. Wagner pressured him. No easy path upfield for these teams now. They've started to maybe not like each other as much as when the game started, it feels like, right?
Yeah, the intensity is absolutely there.
Played back to the outside, and nice ball to Crawford. And drop back and flick to the outside.
Little heel kick or pass.
Knocked away there. Here again, though, with Osseo, to me, you can overdo it going backward. And I mean, I credit them for not just saying, oh, we're just going to kick the ball upfield as hard as we can and make them come all the way down. But there's a fine line, and I feel like they're walking it. You don't want to turn the ball over unnecessarily.
And that's the risk when you do that, because the Totino Grace forwards are being aggressive. When they see a ball bouncing around, they're going to go after it.
Goal kick coming up here for Osseo. And looks like the keeper have a little cramp maybe, or what was going on there?
Yeah, a little attention with the keeper.
And Grace is saying, wait a minute, how long can they take here?
Yeah, they're not going to kick them. We'll come in and do it for you.
Kabisu knocking it up in the air. Killian volleying this one ahead. Hernandez Monzon trying to get to the outside. Does a good job possessing here, but then a takeaway, then he gets it right back. Kambangsuk will play to Wagner. Chipping that one up the middle, but Shuda read it well and easily wins the race that time. Lama is going to play it back to the keeper. Ooh. Now to the outside. That one will get out of play for a throw.
And guess which number 11 is going to do the throw in.
Yeah, Michelson will take it here for the Eagles. And again, they're doing their best to, actually they're staying out a little bit further this time.
Yeah, I think he can get it there. By golly, he did.
Woodruff with the header and bounced into the box again, and Woodruff will drive it out. Jacob met as he made that pass, and it resulted in a steal briefly for Osseo, but then Eagles got it back, then Kambangsuk picks it off. To the outside there, Lochner intercepting for Grace, finding Kabisu. Returning toward Lochner there, and then he didn't get much on that pass back. Orioles able to take it away. Back for Wagner here. And he does a nice job getting it out to Hernandez-Monzon, and back for Wagner, and then up it comes. So he went for Granados. This is what Osseo needed. Get the ball upfield, even if it doesn't result in a scoring chance. They're taking some time off. They're making Grace play defense.
Yeah, this is when you want to play keep away.
Wagner, and then it's chipped to the front. Hernandez-Monzon will drop it back toward Killian.
Ooh, just over the touchline. It'll be a throw in for the Eagles.
Grace making some substitutions here as we dip under 12 minutes to play in the second half. Osseo leading at 2-1. All three of the goals coming in about the first 4 minutes of the second half after we had been at 0-0 at halftime. All of a sudden, everything was going in, and then before then and since then, nothing. Wagner will give it back here to Woodruff. And knocked away. Let's see, this will be Osseo's throw. Eagles able to win this one briefly, but then Wagner got it back. Kambong took a nice turn with that ball. Fala will play it back, and Wagner to Woodruff. Here's Killian.
Well, like I said, you got to be careful when you do that, because the Eagles are really putting some pressure on when they make those passes.
And Wagner is hurt. So he kicked or stepped on as he made this pass. Oh,
yeah,
stepped on.
Yeah,
ouch.
Rolled that ankle and then got stepped on. Here it is again. Oh, yeah, ouch.
That hurt.
Ouch. It hurts just to see it.
And there was not a foul called initially, but the AR brought the flag up, and I believe that that's what we're going to have.
Yeah, got the attention of the center referee. Fortunately, he's up and walking around.
Wagner's had a good game today, too. Let's hope he might be able to continue or come back anyway. He is walking pretty good right now.
Well, he's going to walk over to the sideline, and we'll see. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he comes back in.
My guess is that he'll probably try to walk it off quick, and if he can do that, then he'll be back. If not, then probably not. But so a very intense second half, and all of a sudden a little bit of a hush here as we get this stoppage for the injury.
And number 5, Prince Crawford comes in.
Granados giving it to Killian. That one blocked. Good effort there by Walsh. And knocked out of play by Michelson. It'll be a throw for Osseo. I think we are going to have a sub, and then guess who it is? Actually, Wagner coming right back in.
I was looking for him on the sideline. He was standing there waiting to come in. As Granados goes out.
That one goes out of play on that volley, so a throw here for Grace, and they try and get right to it. Going to get a foul call there against Osseo. So the Eagles will get a free kick here. 9:20 and counting to go here. Osseo leading at 2-1. Grace has had some pretty close chances in the second half. Dollins serving this one in. Comes loose, and the shot will spin to the outside. Lyra Luna ranging out to grab it. Not sure what that whole falling down every time on the ball deal is, but...
Well, it keeps the ball from getting a rebound, and it takes up some clock.
High bouncer here got past Atanga. Kambangsuk. Drop it for Killian. Now to the outside, Hernandez Monzon. Woodruff being pressured
And that's what you
taken
were
away.
talking about.
Yeah. Why risk that? Move it upfield. Be a throw here for Totino Grace. It almost kind of reminds me of, they do drills where they get points for completing a pass. Well, there's good completions and there's not so good. And believe me, every player on the field and every coach on the bench knows a lot more about soccer than I do. But I think that's obvious. You don't want to risk turnover in your own end by needlessly going backward with it.
You want possession, but you want the possession to move. And like I referred to many times there, that Totino Grace was just absolutely ferocious about attacking the passing lanes, and it paid off.
Michelson with the throw here.
Another nice throw.
And a strong header there by Lama, but it comes right back to Michelson. And then that one deflected.
Too much traffic that time. They couldn't get anything at goal.
Sent to the front here and offside. No goal there.
Terrific opportunity, but offside. I think Kabusa wants that back without that play back one more time.
Lama will take it here for Osseo. Kabisu with the header, and then Lama got over to head it away for Osseo.
Well, that was dangerous. They had two forwards in tandem that time. If that header would have connected, they were in a position to be very dangerous.
Hernandez Monzon is shaken up, but he's trying to hobble back into the play. Woodruff header there, and Ortiz got it to Crawford. Hernandez Monzon feeling a little better, and he's running better as he kept that play alive. Now Crawford.
So now this is what you want to do. Maintain ball possession, but move forward.
To the outside toward Killian. And he won that ball back enough to attempt a shot anyway. It was going to go wide, but Shuda coming out to scoop it up for the Eagles as we approach 5 to go here in the second half. Lama with a strong header.
That was also a strong punt. Still plenty of time, but Totino Grace has to get their attack going.
Wagner getting to that one for a strong header. Kambangsuk mishit that one. It comes to the front, and defenders got over there to help out, and Lyra Luna catching that bouncer.
It's that last opportunity. Wow.
Defender just able to bother that shot and
Yep.
kind of take that chance away. Wagner driving it forward here, and Sneen will flick it ahead to himself. Kambangsuk heading it toward Killian. He's going to send it long. That one is going to get out of play, I think. Well, maybe not. Yes, it did. So we'll have a throw here for Osseo. Orioles at this point don't mind a few of these, certainly, when they're protecting that 1-goal lead here and a little over 3.5 minutes to go.
But they still have to be alert. You know, we've seen how dangerous Totino can be.
Shuda came way out and pops that one out of play, but it'll be another throw for Osseo. Fala trying to step between a couple players. Now to the outside, they come with it to Ortiz. Nice little move, gets the header over to Sneen. Oh, and just batted out by Shuda with the left hand.
He just got the paw on that.
Boy, that was a game saver for the Eagles right there. They still don't have all that much time left to catch up, but great chance for Osseo. I really like the setup there by Ortiz. He didn't have a lot of room to get this one away and puts it right out front.
Nice header.
Yeah, good header by Landon Sneen.
Yep.
That one would have went in if it wasn't for the keeper.
Absolutely, just swats it out.
I like the play all the way around for Osseo there. They went at it. Now Killian flicking that one to the outside. It'll be a throw for Totino Grace. Michelson will take it, of course, here for the Eagles. And an Osseo header over the top there by Lama, so it'll be a corner kick for Grace. Header out front. Now it comes free. And then Crawford getting up to play it. He is overrun there, and we will get a yellow card perhaps here to Grace, it looks like.
Yes, that was deliberate.
Jacob sent off. I think Grace maybe not disagreeing with it being a foul, but not really wondering why it was a yellow.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on your point of view. I thought he deliberately pushed him.
Booted ahead here, and Shuda's way out. It's volleyed to the front, and it's going to go just wide. It'll be a goal kick. But not all that much time remaining here, as it'll be just over a minute when they put this one back into play.
So the Eagles have to move down the field, maintain possession, and get some sort of an attack going.
Lama with the header. And to the outside, Wagner playing it up the line. Knocked ahead here, but they're able to push it back upfield anyway. And that will be a foul call against Osseo. Half minute remaining. Free kick for the Eagles. Might be their one last good chance. Under 20 seconds to go. Sent in deep, but it's going to go wide of the mark, and that should pretty much eat up the remaining time here. Osseo a goal kick, but they won't need to really put this one in play. And the Orioles are going to win their 6th match of the season as they get a 2-1 victory here. Grace got the first goal early in the second half, But then a couple goals in a row. Rebound by Ethan Kambangsuk, and then Landon Sneen winning a race with the keeper for a long ball ahead and put it in. So Orioles will get the W here today, Sig, by a 2-1 score. Good performance by them. A little bit of a slow start, but they played well overall.
Yes, they did, and I like the way they came back. They didn't crawl into any kind of a shell. When Totino Grace scored, they came charging right down the field, scored it to tie it up, and then went ahead. So good heads-up play by the Orioles.
A lot of twists and turns in this one, and an exciting game, and Osseo wins it 2-1. Best of luck to both of these teams as they head down the stretch of the regular season and then get ready for playoff time. Thanks so much for joining us for Northwest Suburban Boys Soccer today on CCX Sports. There again is your final. Osseo 2, Totino Grace 1. So long from Osseo.